I am 23, fresh out of college and hesitant about entering the real world. I'm also having a secret affair with my ex-boss, Sarah, a 57-year-old woman with a long-term partner. Adulthood is off to a great start. The affair starts when I return to my alma mater in Amherst, Massachusetts for a visit, and I stay at Sarah's house. Her partner, Linda, is out of town. That night, Sarah says, "I don't know what to do about this crush I have on you." We are lying in her bed, the one she has shared with Linda for the last 12 years, and in a rare moment, I am speechless. Sarah wraps an arm around me and says, "I want to kiss you and make love to you, but I can't because of Linda." While I agree with Sarah's restrictions, cuddling doesn't seem as illicit, so I rest my head on her shoulder and melt into her embrace. "How do you feel?" Sarah asks. "Scared," I say. "Well, maybe we should stop," and her arms loosen around me. "No," I say, "I don't want to stop," and I tighten my hold. She says, "I don't want you to be scared." "I'm only scared of how good this feels," I say. As we lay together, I push away thoughts of Linda and wonder if Sarah is feeling any guilt. The next morning, standing in her kitchen, she puts her hands on my face and stares into my eyes as though asking for permission. I smile back, granting it. When her lips touch mine, I can feel the sensation all the way to my knees. Something is exchanged in that kiss, something I won't realize until it's too late to get back: my heart. Sarah takes my hand and leads me into the bedroom. We vow to keep our affair secret. Sarah is afraid of breaking up her relationship, and I'm fearful of what people will think about me dating someone 34 years older. But I've always been half committed in relationships, so on some level, this affair works. The first 2 months of sneaking around, mostly in our cars, is exciting. One day, Sarah says, "I'm falling in love with you." In love, I think, with me? As much as I love our time together, I long for more. I pour my emotions into my journals, writing passages like, "Is love supposed to be this hard?" I don't eat. I go down one whole clothing size. 4 months in, Sarah rehires me as her assistant. I move back to Amherst. We spend our days in the office sneaking kisses and touches, and I'm happy. But when 5 o'clock comes, a pain appears in my stomach. I go home to my empty apartment, Sarah to the house she shares with Linda. If we were any other couple, we might have moved in together by now, but that's not possible, not for us. Our 7-month anniversary comes, and Linda goes out of town. I'm elated to be spending a whole night in Sarah's arms. Lying in Sarah and Linda's bed, surrounded by their cats, the phone rings. As Sarah talks to Linda, a pain sluices through my stomach. When she hangs up, I blurt out, "I feel cheated. You have everything, a home, anniversaries, and what do I have? Letters hidden in my closet, the truth concealed in my heart. I hate that every time I want to spend time with you, I can't." I slap my hands on the bed, and 2 cats curled near my feet lift their heads. Sneaking around makes me feel like I don't exist. If you really loved me, then... I stop like I always do every time I say that line, but this time a surge of anger helps me finish. "You'd let me go." Sarah falls back against the pillows as though all the air inside of her has escaped. "Go back to your life," she says. What life, I think. I reach for her, my heart filling with dread at the thought of a future no longer with her in it. My tears are, our hands are soon grabbing, tugging each other closer as though trying to merge into one. Passion is our new foreplay. We are trying to prove that we belong together as though that will make it right. Exhausted, I fall into a deep sleep in her embrace. Hours later, the shouting wakes me. Who is screaming? Linda. She came home in the middle of the night. I dress in the dark, my trembling hands fumbling to button my jeans, and when Sarah slips in the room, I whisper, "I'm sorry." She says, "You have nothing to be sorry about," and brushes her hand across my cheek. "You did nothing wrong." On the drive home, except for a few glassy-eyed raccoons and possums crossing the road, the streets are empty. No one but rodents and cheaters would be out in the middle of the night. At the top of a hill, I pull over on the side of the road and throw up. The next few months are a blur. Linda debates leaving, and guilt eats at me. Sarah and I don't talk for weeks. She's on vacation trying to repatch her relationship, or maybe she's trying to give me the space I need to make the right decision. On the morning I'm packing up my car, Sarah shows up. "Are you mad that I quit?" I ask. "I could never be mad at you," she says, and opens her arms. I fall into her, the one place I feel safe. As she holds me, I think, with Linda now leaving, there's nothing stopping me from driving to Sarah's house and moving in with her, but no, it's too late. I made a choice to move to New York City to be a writer. It's time to grow up. "I love you," Sarah says, and kisses me. I taste salt from her tears, or maybe they're from mine. As I drive away, watching her wave in the rearview mirror, it dawns on me. All this time, I thought I had been avoiding the real world, but I had been knee-deep in it. Part of being an adult is about making decisions, and I was making bad ones. But being an adult is also about learning from your mistakes, no matter how long it takes. I keep my affair with Sarah secret for the next 3 decades, while having other affairs, both with men and women. I know no other way. I'm confusing secretiveness with love. For years, I write about me and Sarah, thinking that will help, but it's only part of the process. As long as our affair remains hidden, so do I. I am scared to put it out there, still fearful of what people will think. However, I have become more scared of never falling in love again, of never being all in. I stand before you now on the other side, the secret revealed. Telling our story was like clearing out the clutter in my heart and making room to let love in and to love again. Sarah, despite her faults, taught me how to do that.